Hey, what's going on, guys? So right now it's 14 degrees and it's like freaking cold. This is not normal weather for Texas. So we lost power at 1:45 a.m. Right now it's just about to be 5 a.m. And not even a month into getting my solar system am I like so grateful for these power walls, which they're currently at 85% and they went into Stormwatch 2 days ago. So they've been on purely backup and we've been off on the grid ever since. I'm pretty sure there's just going to be a couple of us that have electricity right now. I can hear a generator going on right now. That's the only reason I found out we didn't have electricity, because I woke up and I just hear generators. So I think there's like two. Hopefully you guys can see that bottom left 14, that's the temperature. 14 is the low and 34 is the high for today. So Tuesday 16/20/21.
All right, guys, so I'm going to explain the solar power and power walls and answer your questions and give you some websites. Everything will be linked in the description so you guys can check it out yourself. So solar panels, if you just have solar panels installed on your house and the power goes out, they're useless. You can't use them because it's to protect the people on the power lines from you sending electricity and shocking them. So you have power walls, which are these right here. Here's a closer look at them. And they're not that big. You can install them inside of your garage or outside your house. You can put them on the ground like this, or you can mount them up high. The only catch is that they can't be mounted where there's a room on the other side. All right, so when you have solar panels and power walls, if the power goes out, you can be off the grid and have your own little solar plant there. So it charges from the sun, charges your panels, your power walls fill up, and then when there's no sun, you'll use your battery packs. Now, how many can you have or how long does it last? We're going to look into that. So they have a really nice chart here. If you have two power walls in backup mode, you can power your lights, regular plugs, 120 volt small appliances, your gas dryer, one air conditioning unit, your electric range, well pump, and you could charge your car. I will say, how long do they last? In my situation, my house consumes about 1 kilowatt, and that's running a TV, my router, the small little things that are plugged in, having several lights on. That could last me about 24 hours with my two power walls. If there was no sun the next day, then I would be pretty much dead on the water. But since there's always electricity that or sunlight the next day, it'll fill up. Even if it's raining, you'll get some power. Probably the lowest I've ever received was 7 kilowatts. But essentially, you can just keep going. And when there's a storm like this freeze, the whole system goes into a storm mode. And when that happens is your batteries fill up before and they're at 100%. So if I were to use my battery packs at nighttime, I would only consume about 40%, and then the next morning they would fill up. So technically I could go on for several days if the weather is good. As long as you get one sunny day or two in there in a week, you could probably last the whole week. How long does it take for your install? It depends. I ordered my system October 7th. I got it installed December 31st. Then after that, I had to get approval from CenterPoint, which is my utility that controls the transmission. It took 15 days from them to give me permission to be connected to the grid. So I sell my electricity to them. And then I use grid power from time to time. Do more solar panels charge your power walls faster? Question. Of course, the more solar panels you get, the more electricity you can produce. Something that a lot of people don't realize is that the sun doesn't have to be shining for you to produce electricity. It's the UVs. So it can be overcast and you can still be producing electricity. Now my system is a 14.28. This website right here, you can calculate your system. The best placement for your panels is facing south. Mine are facing northwest. I got some facing west and then some facing south. But let's say if they were all facing south, my whole system would be able to produce 20,000 kilowatts per year. And that's more than what I consume. You can check your utility bill and it'll tell you there how much you use a month. And then from there, you want to calculate how big of a system you want to get. If you want to go 100%, supply 100% of your house, and then keep in mind, have an electric car in the future. If you're going to buy another one, you want to consider that. Can you go off the grid forever, or is that even possible? Yes, you can go off the grid. The only thing is that here in the United States, we're at 60 hertz frequency. When you're off the grid on your inverters and your power walls, not too sure how it happens, but your frequency does not stay at 60. It kind of changes a little bit, and over time you'll notice small little flickers on your lights, very subtle. And your clocks for your ovens and stuff, they're gonna kind of go faster because they're on a frequency base. Not going too technical there, but pretty much that's that. Wanted to give you how much did I pay for my system. I got a 20-year loan. You can do a 20-year, a 10-year loan, or you can pay it cash. This is kind of close to what I have, but I upgraded. I added 6 more panels, which brought it to 14.28. I recommend getting the solar panels and the power walls at the same time because you do get a $2,000 discount and you're able to use the federal tax credit on both because it's a whole solar system. You get the discount, you get the federal tax. Mine comes out to about $33,000. Now with the loan for a system like this, it would be $210 a month. I was paying $180 before every month, but now ERCOT is talking about raising the utility prices and they've been increasing them all the time. So I'm probably, it's going to keep increasing. So basically right now it doesn't make sense financially to get power walls, but like this just freeze happened. There's hurricanes in Houston. That's originally why I decided to get it, because the outages during the hurricanes. But this freeze just went to show that it's worth every penny, in my opinion. I hosted several families here in my house because we never lost power. For 4 days, the whole grid was messed up and I was good with power. We were warm. And I do have a gas furnace, but it still needs electricity to blow the heat through the house. So with that, in my case, I'm paying $235 a month for my loan, and the interest rate on that is 4.99, which is kind of high, especially considering the interest rates now. But for something similar that I have, 12.24 kilowatt and 2 panels is about 210. And of course, Tesla gives you a little example, how long can you go with 2 power walls, and you can come around and add power walls, remove them. So with 2, they're pretty much saying you could go 6 days on battery backup, and then with your panels. Of course, this is with them filling back up the next day with whatever you get. And then of course, if you have swimming pool equipment, electric water heater, electric dryer, you might want 3 power walls. So in my situation, I actually need 3 power walls, but I'm hoping I can get another power wall in the future. So I went with 2 for now, and it worked just fine with 2 for me. So in Texas, when you install solar panels, your property value goes up, but there's a law that makes them exempt. You don't have to pay taxes on your solar panels, property taxes for having solar panels. The other thing is, if you're trying to install panels and you have an HOA, you got to get permission from them. Okay, so here in Texas, HOAs and POAs cannot prohibit or restrict a property owner from installing solar energy devices as defined by Texas tax code. Basically, you can install solar panels as long as you have a letter of loss of production, which if you're using Tesla, they will generate you one, and it's pretty much something like this. They'll create small sections for every area of your roof wherever they're going to install the solar panels. And in my case, I had 3 different ones, and it came out to a total of like 18,000 kilowatts per year. So with that being said, you want to, as soon as you order your system, ask Tesla that you have an HOA and that you want a loss of production letter from them, so you can submit that to your HOA and get it approved, and you don't have to wait on them.